Hello guys, Dusty here with the first episode or pilot of my new series, Stupid Craigslist Ads. And yes, I spelled stupid wrong because I'm just that clever. So basically this series is going to be about stupid Craigslist ads in my area, mostly about video games that altogether are just either from resellers, from people who don't know what they have and don't know the value of it. Mostly the value is way too high because if it's way too low, I'll have swooped in and bought it by then. Or, just out and out craziness in entirety. So without further ado, let's get started with this. Musha LSD for $200. Now, Musha LSD is a pretty valuable game. I mean, $200 is not a terrible price for it, especially like this variation of Musha LSD. However, the problem is you don't want to be selling $200 games on Craigslist. This is much more of a thing for eBay or another retro game auction site or anything like that. So that's not the funny part of this article, though. The funny part is the description of the article. So he goes on to say, "This is an awesome game, but I plan on releasing my collections to people who have more time to appreciate it than me." This guy English is really good, so let's dissect that a little bit. This is an awesome game. Well, okay, if you're planning on buying it, you probably know that. But, no comma, I plan on releasing my you play on it. I think he meant plan. However, whatever you play on, just don't release it to the internet, right? On releasing, as in, letting it go, because it was so held hostage, my collections to people, all of your collections, all 3 or 4 of them, who have more time to appreciate it than me. Okay. Also, I need money. LOL. Also, I need money. Yeah, that's, oh god. Lifestyle changes, wanting to move out with lugging anything along, especially this unbearably heavy and large Genesis game. You can also ask about my classic game collection, because I'm really interested in your life. I got a PlayStation 2, good for you, Xbox 360, classic, good for you, NES, good for you, and Sega Genesis with no comma before that. Well, I suppose you don't have to do that anymore, do you? They changed the grammar and everything like that. Anyway, I can always give you pictures of those. Okay, I will be looking forward to calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning and asking for pictures of your games that you never said you would sell to me. Otherwise, I am selling it separately. Good for you. You finally brought that up. It's kind of a high price. Oh, well, see, this is the first rule of retail. Make sure to let people know that you're asking a lot for your item. This reminds me of the guy in Zelda who says, "Boy, this stuff is really expensive." Yeah, you're just that stupid. But, without a comma, being a rare item, and having, without a comma, emotionally let go of this game. Okay, I really don't care about your emotions, friend. I just want to buy this freaking video game. Emotionally letting go of this game, that gave me fond memories. Oh, ... Comes with everything, except the cases one I got from eBay. Everything includes the case, friend. I mean, and you know how to use eBay, so why aren't you selling this on eBay too? I mean, that's another thing that I don't understand. Guy knows how to use eBay. This really should be on eBay. He goes on to say, "It's okay, I guess." You're really ensuring confidence into me in buying your product, but I would recommend painting it black somehow. Oh, okay. Taking your recommendations here. The case is white plastic. Englishing very well here. There is a rubber indentation when I was moving a long time ago. This English is impeccable. There is a rubber indentation when I was moving a long time ago. I just don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, there is a rubber indentation when I was moving a long time. I'm just going to move on to the next ad. I mean, the stupidity has gone on long enough. So we've got in search of not working NES/NES and Super Nintendo 64 games. Sorry about that. $1. All right, so they got a picture up there that says game samples, and they show Rad Racer for the Nintendo. Perfect example. Circus, I can't remember what the game is, but it's Super Nintendo game by Capcom. It's a Disney one. And Star Wars Rogue Squadron for the Nintendo 64. Don't know what this has to do with anything, but whatever. Those probably aren't even not working. All right, I'm just going to be honest. But they go on to say in all caps, "Stop! Don't throw away your old games that could get to work!" That you could get to work, that you could get to what? Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. We pay cash for any Nintendo, NES, Super Nintendo, SNES, or Nintendo 64 and 64 games. Well, I suppose you're writing in all caps, so I'm not going to complain about you not using commas. And then they go on to go down, and you can tell that that NES/SNES and N64 games was actually cut and paste from the top of the article. I mean, that's just lazy. $1. Working or non-working. All right, so basically you could bring in a bunch of copies of Madden 93 for the Super Nintendo, and they'd give you $1 for them. I mean, that's not a bad deal. However, they're probably looking for Earthbound for $1. Either working or non-working, which, from my experience with cartridge games, I have came across hundreds of cartridge games in my life, and only one of them hasn't worked, and that's a copy of Altered Beast that looks like at one point it was on fire. So, what I'm assuming these guys' business model is to pick up games that people that are just dusty or stuff like that, get them to work, and then sell them for a higher price. Which, I mean, whatever. Accessories, parentheses, controllers, RF switches, adapters. Well, first of all, I said parentheses. That's a lie. It's only one parenthesis. So, nice attention to detail, guys. $1. Why didn't you just put that all into one sentence, by the way, and call it $1? Everything $1. That's a good business slogan. Everything $1. We will give you $1 for absolutely everything. That easy. Simple as that. Sorry, but we only buy Nintendo games. You're only paying $1. Why do you only buy Nintendo games? Why won't you buy Genesis games or Atari Lynx games or freaking Neo Geo games? I mean, come on. If somebody at home is going to be like, "Oh, I have this Neo Geo game," they probably won't accept it, so I'm going to leave. Anyway, I suppose that's a good thing, though, because that gives me the opportunity to get it. In parentheses, we also limit the sports games we purchase. That basically limits any factor of them actually recycling the games to use for homebrew cartridges or stuff like that. And basically they're just saying that sports games, they're not as worth as much, so we can't put them on eBay and sell them for a higher price. And then they say games need not be classics in order for us to buy. Therefore, if it's a classic game, you can't sell it to them. Like, for instance, Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. I consider that a classic. They won't buy it. Super Mario Bros. 3, won't buy it. Earthbound, that's a classic, right? Won't buy it. It's a cult classic, in fact. That makes it even worse. Which means, yeah, they won't buy classic games. And I'm pretty sure they just phrased that wrong. But, yeah. And then do not contact me with any unsolicited services or offers. Moving on, we have Atari 7800 with 22 games. Oh man, I formatted this one great. I think it says, immaculate condition Atari 7800 Pro System game with 2 games with 4 exclamation points. That is amazing. 4 exclamation points. And yes, you can tell that they directly copied that from the title. Once again, we are getting very, very lazy people. All right, so so now 22 games, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, you'd have over half of the Atari 7800 library, but first of all, $225, that is way too freaking much money. And second of all, these are all Atari 2600 games. I think except maybe a few, and they're all really common ones, so it doesn't matter. And he goes on to say games have been tested and work great. So they don't just work okay, they work great. That's good to hear. Contact me at whatever number with any questions. Thanks for looking. And then they go to their keywords. Atari, game console, gaming console, NES, Nintendo, and 7800. Okay, I get Atari and 7800 other than it's in your title, so it's already a tag word. But you also mentioned NES and Nintendo. This has nothing to do with the NES and Nintendo. Oh, moving on. We have wanted any NES games for my collection. Looking to buy all NES games. You couldn't make an any more vague article. I mean, NES games, he wants them, and he's looking to buy all NES games, which means hide your NES games. He is going to buy them from you, whether you like it or not. So hide them all, lock them up in a safe, and hide with them and hope that he doesn't find you. NES and N64 for $160. So now, this isn't the worst deal at all. Now, the problem is, I think the way he phrases this article, I'm just going to read it. For sale is my original Nintendo, 2 controllers, 1 gun, and comes with Mario and Duck Hunt. N64 comes with 1 controller in 1 game. Asking $160 for both or best offer. Now, you don't know if he's asking for both $160, as in he'll sell that N64 and NES for $160, even if that averages out to, what, $80 a console, which is just absurd. I mean, don't ever pay that much for that's just ridiculous. But he may be asking them for each, because he's saying both are $160. So nobody really knows. And he also phrases Mario and Duck Hunt as 2 games. It's really 1 game, buddy. Yeah. So that's really, I think, all I have today. Yep, that's all I had today. Thank you guys for watching this, and please let me know if you guys liked this. I really want to hear your feedback on it. And yeah, I want to know if you want to see any more. So thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Take it easy.